Good morning, traders. Welcome to the new Tuesday Outlook and Setups. Hope you're all doing well and you're all having a wonderful week so far. Hope all is going well. Let's jump right into it. Today, starting on Aussie dollar, trying to shake things up a bit. And yeah, so we can clearly see that price has been going our way so far, as in the weekend analysis. Price did reach into this area. We tapped into it and we saw the rejection of that area. So possible plays can be towards the upside and then further towards the upside. So that is, for now, I'm looking for longs on Aussie dollars. So we'll be looking for anything on the lower time frames to support that bias and help us to move on in the long direction. Currently on the 1 hour, there's no clear order blocks or areas for me in this region. We could potentially look at that candle. Even though it has been tapped into, we can maybe see a further mitigations of it, for a deeper mitigation deeper mitigation of it. But honestly, I'm not 100% sure. We had a nice clean sweep there, break of structure, pulled back into this order block. So for the guys that caught the buys in here, very well done. That was an excellent trade. And then we see now price moving on towards the upside. Definitely a lot of pull towards the upside. We have the imbalance in this area. We have an order block. So I do see price going up higher. We just need to identify an entry spot. Looking at 50 minutes, I can refine this area to this candle. That's my most full body candle with an impulse out of it in all of this price action. We have this one as well over here, but it's too high, and we have all of this liquidity resting here. So we have that one, and then we also have this one. I'm not sure if price will go all the way down, grab the liquidity above this, below this area. Could be, because this is the area where we had the cleanest structure break. So I think I might, if I was looking at this setup, I might have been looking for an entry in this area. So ideally something in the line of this. This would have been my entry, but I would have obviously missed the trade because it didn't reach that area. And I still think there's still possibly some imbalance in this area for price to return to. It's not necessarily going to, but we have the possibility there. We have nice trend line liquidity here, so we could see a deeper manipulation spike into this area and then going up higher. So this is definitely an area that I would be looking for buys. So let's just put our note marker on there. Manipulation buys from, yeah. I'm saying manipulation buys because I would be looking or wanting to see price kind of impulsively move in and then move out of it, just because I want to see price liquidate all the liquidity that's resting over here with an impulsive move, grab all the orders, and then react strongly off of this full body candle order block zone in here before going up higher. So that is the general idea for me on Aussie dollar. We could also possibly see a reaction from this zone. I'm not throwing this zone out. We could see something happening here as well. And then targets would be first probably the imbalance zone and then the order block above it. So that would be my Aussie dollar view on the 15 minute. We can just have a quick look at the Asian session. For those first time watching, I'm using 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock, and it has been trending towards the upside. So I'm looking for that price to make that manipulation towards the downside. We can just use this tool to show the highs and the lows, and then just the 50% of that region, if it means anything. The worst case scenario wouldn't be an entry for me, but we could see a reaction here and go up high. If price is very bullish, then we won't see a deep retracement, but I'm hoping for a deeper retracement. I won't be taking any buys from it. Also, we need to consider this zone, this impulse leg. I need to change that color. There's too much teals going on here. Oh, that's definitely not what I want to do. Can I go back? Yes, I can. I can just do this. Ah, it's back. And we can go here and we can change it to red. Yes, that's better. So this is the entire range that we're trading within. So you can see these areas, we have this low, and this area is all in a discounted area. So those are the areas we would preferably be looking for buys. So we have our analysis. Now it's all about patience to see if price returns to this area for buys. If not, then we need to adjust or not take the trade. As simple as that. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. Just quickly make sure. Yes, I hope we didn't go all the way back. Hope that was the first time that we switched scenes. Okay, we are on the 4 hour now. So now we need to see. Okay, so remember also on Sunday I pointed out this zone and this imbalance on a daily. We filled it, and we had a bullish reaction. So now we need just to see where's the next points of liquidity that we can potentially be drawn to, and they are quite obvious. We have this order block zone, possibly this order block zone, and then also this imbalance in there that price could be tempted to go to. So that is the area where I would be looking for price to go up higher. Possibly a reaction around this area, just because that's previous support could be seen as new resistance. You could see price respecting this area, doing something like this maybe. But I think I am more bullish now. Definitely more bullish, filling all of this empty space. This is a big range that we can be trading to. So yes, that is what I'm looking for. Now looking just at the 1 hour. Very nice full body candles over here as well. Impulsive move towards the outside, downside. Obviously we can identify the structure break below. Now it's about looking for price action in this area. First of all, I need to identify a 1 hour area for me. And clearly not seeing anything clear. So then I'm taking my tool, looking the low towards the high. And potentially we have something. Potentially we have something in here, there. This imbalance could be an area where price returns to. Let's just make it like this. And then also possibly this order block. I'm not so sure, not as really think so. I think it's rather possible if you just see a shorter push down and then a continuation up. You can possibly just use a fib as well. Not this one, this one. From the low towards the high. And look maybe for something in the 78.6, 61.8, this area. Possibly. I'm not really a fib man, but I like sometimes I just like to look at it and just get an idea what the rest of the people is looking at. So yes, okay, let's just go quickly to the 15-minute. We just need to plot our Asian session range, and then we identify low and the high. There's our high and there's our low. It's moving nicely towards the side. We had a bit of an impulsive move here in the middle of Asian session, and then that, so we can also, so just note, you don't always need to see price leaving Asian session towards the downside, meaning a manipulation, but it would be nice, but there's no real, this is so choppy, there's nothing really clean standing out for me. So ideally we'd want to see a price moving down, and then you get the move towards the upside, tricking people to sell, and then it's actually going in the opposite direction. But personally, I don't see anything clear in this area. The only real clear candle and impulse leg that I'm seeing is this one, and it happened within the Asian session. We have our equal lows over there as well. So we could see price coming down and then going up higher into this area. There probably is a possibility, but honestly, it's not that clear for me. I'm just have to be honest. I'm not seeing what I want to see. And that's fine. If you don't see what you want to see, stay out or be patient, wait some more. Remember, you're moving towards trading with your own funds, and if you can't trade systematically and disciplined with $50, $100, $200 account, how will you do it with a 100k FTMO account? Okay, you kind of need to answer those questions to yourself. Just a wild idea that I thought about. I thought I'd share with you guys, to the community and to YouTube, everyone listening in. Would you guys be open? Like, I had this idea that one day I would want to, if I'm in a position and able to create a competition where you have to trade a small account, let's say $200. You have to link it to my FX book and you have to grow it and apply systematic rules to it, risk management, discipline, and the best performance around after 2 months, 3 months. Not gain, but consistency. So if you have a consistent equity curve and you reach only 20%, and the next guy risked 20% on a trade and he made 300%, obviously the guy with the more consistency will win. And then he gets a 5 or 10k account. That's something that I would want to do when I've made it, when I'm up there, when I have that kind of resources available. So that's something I think that would be cool. I think it's important to motivate people to train on the consistency with small amounts and growing that and seeing that small amounts get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then I believe your psychology grows with you as well. So if you just trade with a small account and then all of a sudden jump to a big account, your psychology is not yet on the same level. It's still on the small account level. So I think there's importance in growing a small account. That's my opinion. You might disagree with me. So there we just ranted a bit. Yes, okay. What's up next? Still on EU. So this is possibly an area we could possibly see along from. But no, EU does not just sit well with me this morning, to be honest. Maybe on a 5 minute, we have this area. This could be an area. Let's see how it plays out. But the only thing is that I'm always going to be worried about buying here is because I know price could just dip into this area. You can just see the dip in there. Just a little skinny dip. Just go in there and then react on it. So I'm a bit cautious about EU, honestly. Okay. Let's look at GU. We'll just quickly pop to the 4 hour. So we just need to move some notes. Okay, so I had a few questions on the area over here why I bought lower. I'm going to answer that quickly. So we had the very nice area. Oh, that reminds me, I had a nice buy opportunity and then it did not work out on EU. It just missed me yesterday. So this is textbook for me, and I would do this again and again. Buy full body candle, impulsive move out of it. The only real problem was, and I kind of knew it, but I didn't pay much attention to it. That's my fault. Is we had the equal lows over here. So we had liquidity resting below those lows. So our entry pattern was not valid because the entry pattern suggests that we have a low, one low, liquidity taken out, and that move over there, that is what we want to see, the structure break. You want to see a structure break, and then the return down to an order block and a continuation up. But we didn't get that. You see, we only got equal lows, so there was still liquidity resting below it, and then we swept it. But then we failed to make a new higher high. We failed. So the criteria for us to enter again should have been a break of this high. and then return down. Because as we know the criteria is we need to make a low, we need to take out that low, and then we need to break the minor structure. You get that? So this is some really good stuff. If you did not get that, pay attention. Your major structure is possibly there. First, we at least need to break the minor structure or substructure. You can call it whatever you want to. First, need to break that substructure before we can be looking for any longs. So if you apply that criteria to your trading, your performance will skyrocket. I can promise you that. If you apply a proper entry criteria and you stick to it, and you don't mess around with it, it will be wonderful for you. So that's when I did an aggressive trade. So the aggressive trade is where you enter on the low. So if we create that low, we push down. Before we even know that we are going to break that high, we can enter aggressive trade. The what do you call it? The benefits of this is that you can get in early, you can get in lower, you could possibly not necessarily get a better stop loss, but you can get in earlier and you can go break even sooner. You can decide, I'm not going to wait for a structure break, I'm going to just enter and go to break even as soon as possible. So the entry was like this. So I have different entry techniques and stop loss placement techniques for this kind of setup, but that's all for the mentorship, unfortunately, for the community. But you could then get a 6R trade quickly without price even breaking structure and getting the confirmation entry. So it's more of a scalp, I would say. It's not necessarily a scalp, because this was still from 2 o'clock till 3 hours. So it's still 2 hours, so it's not a scalp. Intraday trade. So yeah, that is something I just wanted to say there. Yes, so in here we also almost had that pattern where you see we had the sweep and then this push up, so it broke this minor structure, and then the entry was over there. So this was also a trade that I took, and I think a few people as well. I saw some in the group. But then you need to be quick with your take profits at the next order block, and there's another 6R for you. So there's always these opportunities, especially on GU, to make that quick pips going around. Just quickly, the range 32 pips. If you take 20 pips, 25, let's say 25 pips, GU provides 25 pips daily. There's 25 pips. There's 25 pips. Okay, there's almost exactly 25 pips. This leg, 25 pips. So that's a key. That's a nugget, a little note for you guys. GU loves providing 25 pips. So if you only aim for 25 pips and you're in and out in the market the entire day, you can be exhausted, but you can make a lot of pips, a lot of money by just sticking to 25 pips. Combining 25 pips and points of interest, order blocks, and liquidity. That is golden. Okay, I think we are digressing. This video is getting longer and we need to get to the analysis at hand. So we reached into this area, and that is just, if I have to quickly look, show you again why this candle, because this was a sell area before the big buy, so I was just interested in this area. So it was aggressive, not my finest moment. So I'm gonna go too deep into it. Okay, let's look at now today's price action again, looking for our Asian session 6 and 2 o'clock, and then we have it, we still have it set up. We have it there with the low towards the high. So we're kind of already trending outside of the Asian session, trading outside of it. This candle is interesting for me, this area below the Asian session, and I wouldn't say this is equal lows. You could say that, there could be, yes, but it's also a higher low. So kind of seeing that shift happening there, and then we had a structure break. That's also important, and that's more technical stuff for the community, but you can make your own assumptions. So this is then maybe something that I could be interested in, looking at this. because we took the liquidity above the Asian high, now potentially liquidity below the Asian high, below these lows, into this order block, and then a continuation up higher. Because we want to see price go higher, we want to see price expand. We can refine it towards those down candles. Yeah, so this is more in my liking towards something that I like. So this is a setup that I do see potential in. If we just see a retracement inside the Asian range, typically I would be looking then at this area, this wick potentially. And that would potentially be something on the 3-minute or the 2-minute. Could be something in there. But this is also an area for buyers because, again, the same pattern. We had the structure break, sorry, liquidity sweep, structure break, and then we still have the imbalance left there. So we can still see price just tap into this area and then go higher and fill out all of the liquidity, trend line liquidity that we see over there. So yes, my fellow traders, that is what's up. Oh, and why I'm bullish is just because I want to be. No, I'm joking. Because we reacted off of this 4-hour level on the left and then just looking for price to make a retracement. In this leg down, we're not necessarily going, you can look at this range, but anything above this blue line is that I'm interested in for it to reach. So that is it from me this morning, guys. I hope you all understand it. Hope you all have a good day. Yes, let's smash the markets, be patient, wait for price to enter the area where we want to buy from, and then take the trade from there. I wish you all a very good one and good luck. Have fun.